Alright. Well, a little bit of a problem here. Not much. A little bit. Groundhogs, woodchucks if you like, under the deck. Been there for, oh gosh, I think, near as I can tell, a few months. There are at least two of them. I've seen them both up here on the deck munching on our ornamental plants. So there are at least two of them. Presumably in the same hole. We'll find out. It's in an unfortunate spot. I cannot crawl under this deck. There's just not enough room. At least not conveniently. So I'm going to have to lift a board or two to get at the hole. My plans are to gas them. Why is it every time I put a camera on, traffic? So anyway, that's the plan. The plank I'm going to tear up, actually lift up, it's going to go back in, is the one where the hammer and the pry bar are lying. Should be able to get that up without too much grief. Just pull the nails. And hopefully that'll be in good enough condition when I'm all through with this to just be put back down. This deck is not in great shape anyway, but it would be better to not have a hole there when I'm finished. And with any luck, there will be no more groundhogs. They will rest in peace. So I guess you could say buried alive. Yeah, so be it. It's got to happen. They're causing too much damage. It's amazing how much damage they can cause, especially given where they are, close proximity to the foundation here. They got to go. I'm not going to sit out here with my rifle and wait to shoot them. That's just silly. So they're going to get the gas. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time videoing me tearing up a piece of wood, but I will restart the video once I get things going and I'm ready to put the get ready to put the smoke bomb in there, which basically puts out a bunch of carbon monoxide, which is of course toxic, and sulfur compounds, which are also, if not toxic, highly irritating. It's not a poisonous substance like you would normally think of as a pesticide. It's not really that. It's a smoke bomb, and it asphyxiates them very quickly, assuming you do it right. So that's what's going to happen. And so once I get this board up, have a look at things, and I'm ready to put the cartridge down in there, that's where we'll continue. Alright, so got this board loosed. No problem at all. It took about 10 minutes, if that. I think I can do this with just this one plank lifted and set aside. Just enough room to reach down in there. See if I can show. Oh, I should probably have my gloves on. There. I'll live. Set this aside. Yeah, this opening is directly above the hole, which starts about right here. So for the first time, I've never really seen down in here under this deck. For the first time I noticed that there's a concrete slab which served as a, I guess, sort of an ersatz porch or landing in front of this back door, which seems to be intact. Don't worry about that. So, I think I'll position this so it can be seen down below here. What hopefully be seen. Let's see. Ooh, lighting probably going to be a bit of a trouble. I don't know. But it matters. Got work to do. The ground level with this normal is about that far. In other words, ground and the top of the deck. That's about the distance. In this hole, which heads towards the house, and I'm not at all happy about that, is the depth of this whole rod here. And surprised, the soil here is very rocky. You can't use a shovel at all to dig a hole. You have to have a pickaxe. And yet these beasts, they manage to toss out all these mica-infused rocks. There's a bunch of it over here. Big pile from the daggone things. So the plan is to toss one of those smoke bombs down in there and cover it so that the smoke goes through the tunnel, fills it, rather than just leaking out. It is a heavy sort of smoke, so it will tend to sink, which helps. And it's not very breezy here at all today. A little warm. It's possible that they're not in there. I'm going to smoke them out anyway. I can always try it again. They may be in there. Normally you would wait till later in the day. I might yet do that. But you could sometimes, I've got a couple of the bombs, smoke bombs left. You can always get more. I haven't seen these animals in about a week, but judging by the condition of certain plants out here, potted plants, they're around. They gotta go. So I think what I will do, it's a little bit difficult to shovel dirt into this opening quickly enough to seal it once I drop the bomb in there. I've thought about a number of different options. I think what I will do is get an old blanket or an old sheet and soak it with water and throw the bomb in and then shove that down in there just to seal it, keep the smoke from coming out. The water will not put the smoke bomb out. It won't. That's going to go until it's exhausted. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the plan. I'll probably, I don't know. They could be out foraging. Or it could be out foraging. But I think I am going to go ahead and drop one down there. First I got to find a suitable sheet, blanket, rag, whatever. Something. That's a fairly large hole. Things like, oh gosh, I'd say at least 6 or 7 inches in diameter, and it heads directly toward my foundation, directly underneath of this concrete slab I mentioned, and that's not good. That can cause all kind of problems. Water infiltrates it. It can cause settling, collapse even. So they got to go. So hopefully all goes well. We'll be rid of these varmints. Okay. course, will be the first attempt at gassing. In that bucket is what looks like an old curtain. Well beyond its useful life. It's soaked with water. Certainly don't want to. I'm going to put an incendiary device under my very flammable deck, so I've got an extinguisher handy as well, along with the garden hose if I need it. This is going to be used to plug the hole once you see it's soaked in water. Plug the hole once I put the smoke bomb in there. Not difficult. And the smoke is not particularly toxic in very low concentrations. You know, if you smell it, you catch a whiff, it's not going to hurt you. It stinks. And it is the sulfur components are an irritant that, and it's a smell that will stick with you in your clothes if you're exposed to it. So don't. This season oh good Lord, always with the noise. I'm going to hold this off just a moment until that gets past. Oh, the Leos do love their toys. Not a soul on the road, you got to have a damn siren going. Goofball. Okay, so where were we? The destroyers. These guys. Looks like a firecracker. A big one. But they burn slowly. Fairly. These things, that'll burn for about 30 seconds or so, maybe 45, a minute, depending. For some reason, they don't put the fuses in them. You have to put them in yourself. You know, they come with these short lengths of visco safety fuse. The length of these with this, it probably give you 5 seconds or so. I usually wait, and these just push them into the holes here until they bottom out. I usually wait until it ignites the contents before I drop it, just because I don't want the fuse to fall out of it. I've got rolls of this stuff, so it's really no big deal if it does, but I waste it. I've gone through, so far this season, I've gone through, let's see, four of these for moles and voles in the yard. It's very effective. And these are very effective for that. I've had mixed results with the woodchucks, groundhogs. I'm going to go ahead and toss this down there, even though it's the middle of the day, just afternoon here. There's good likelihood that they're out, is or are out foraging. That's okay. I've got more, you get more. So here's the deal. Get this soppy thing ready. That's our gobstopper. And there's no way these animals are going to come out of here during this. They'd be too frightened to do that. There may be another opening, is often the case, that they may escape from. If so, hopefully, with a little bit of exploration while this thing is smoking, if there is one, I'll be able to locate it. I'm also going to be going into the house, because this is so close to the house, seeing if I can detect any sulfurous odors, as meaning this stuff's getting into the house. It's not going to hurt anything if it does. Just stink. And if it becomes a problem, they've got clear egress. So, let's roll. some. Boy, that does stink. There's a bit of leakage. That's a big hole. Yeah. Those things put out a lot of smoke, and very little of it's coming up here. So it's going somewhere. I'm gonna have a look around. It's still going, I can hear it. Okay, I don't see any smoke coming up anywhere around here. I will check the basement that's adjacent alongside this den tunnel. For now, I'm just going to let that be. I think it's done. It's exhausted, but there's still quite a bit of the smoke down in there leaking out. That should not be a problem. And hopefully that will have done the trick, but I will probably wait. Treat it again the same way, only when it's not in the middle of the day, and maybe if it's raining, or they tend to retreat to their burrow. And they may not. They may be repelled by this smell. Look, it is stinky sulfur. It's irritating. And not just because it smells bad, but really you get a good whiff of that smoke. It burns you. It won't kill you, but it's not pleasant. So, keep an eye on things here. Make sure it didn't start fire. I doubt very seriously if that would be the case, but I'm done staring at this for now. We'll do the second half later.